Alright guys, let's jump right into it. We don't have much time to lose. So anyways, all of the math that we're looking at today comes from the math sequence chart that I just found online. Simple Google search, this website. We're looking at arithmetic, pre-algebra, and all the basic math courses, plus a few extra that I've taken in my time or that I plan to take eventually. So let's jump right into it, guys, okay? So let's reset the list here. Anyways, so let's start with arithmetic. Going back to the kindergarten days, well, I'm sorry to say, but there's a thing called a calculator nowadays. So why do we even need to do arithmetic anymore? Like, I'm not going to know what 20 times 24 is in my head. Wait, actually, I should know what that is. That is rather unfortunate. I don't know that. Cut that. Why am I going to need to know what 17 times 16 is? I got a calculator. So, you kind of need it, but you kind of don't. If you see what I mean? Like, arithmetic is, you just know the basics, Anyways, so you spend like a solid 7 years on that, and you spend 1 year on pre-algebra. Now, pre-algebra is a pretty fun class. You know why? Because it's the first step before algebra. So I'll give it a solid A tier for that reason alone, because, it has the fundamental concepts there, I think in exponents and stuff like that, and, more complex numerical operations and stuff. So, pretty important class right there. Next we got algebra. I think this is A plus class. Actually, A plus with 2 smiley faces from the teacher. I accidentally went back. Actually, it is double A plus with 2 smiley faces from the teacher. Approved. Algebra is pretty top tier math. You use it everywhere. Actually, nah. Do we put it in peak math tier is the question. I say we have to put it in peak math. Algebra is peak math. There's no more than that. And Algebra 2 is like the younger little sibling who never had a chance to shine the spotlight and never had anything good going for it. Actually, no, before Algebra 2, there's geometry. Where's geometry? Geometry? Now, some people are going to hate me for this, okay? The world around us is made of shapes, okay? I find it really interesting, okay? I like geometry. A lot of people would put it in the lower 2 tiers here. Me, I'm putting it at a solid A plus tier. I gotta. And once we see in the later categories, geometry is kind of essential for this, okay? It's still better than pre-algebra and arithmetic, because you can't just plug it into a calculator, as of now. And what are we going into next? Trigonometry. Can't be having an identity crisis anytime soon, alright? That was horrible. Please, I'm sorry for that joke. I'll put next geometry. Trig is pretty good. Pretty necessary math, I'd say. Moving on. Let's see over here. Now we got algebra 2. All right. Like I said, this is basic. There's like no point is the thing, because pre-calculus is just like algebra 2 but better. There's like some super specific things to algebra 2, like I think combinatorics, right, and binomial stuff, and all that fancy long division that you never use. So I think this is the first panic coming. Algebra 2 is not worthy of being good math in my eyes, from my experiences. But then you get to high school math. Now this is the bomb. The bomb. All right, pre-calculus. That is a course. Where's my pre-calculus? Pre-calculus, beautiful class right there. That is A plus with 2 smiley face from teachers. That is peak math. That is the end of that you're going to need to know for competitive math, basically. And it is actually beautiful because you learn about all these fancy graphs, connecting geometry and stuff, and knowing all that. Pretty top tier all around, if I had to say so myself. What else is there? We got... Oh, and then we're going to Calculus AB. Calculus AB, I'm sorry, but if you take this class, what are you doing when you could be taking Calculus BC and actually learning stuff? So this is, it's like an A tier class. I get it. Okay, you get with basic integrals, basic derivatives, getting the whole vibe there, but you could be doing BC. Just remember that. You could be. Anyways, BC. Do I have to speak for this class? It is beautiful. It makes you look at the world in a different way. When I look at that velocity vector and now know it's the derivative of the position vector, oh my god, that makes my heart melt at another level. I can't explain, bro. The physics applications are there. You can learn everything from there, and the stuff from AB, but more. So much better class. Now we're getting into the real deep math here, all right? We're talking about advanced calculus or Calc 3. I just took this basically. It was an interesting class, mainly because I suck at visualizing things in 3 space, but it was actually really cool math if you think about it conceptually. I'm gonna give this an A tier. This was a good class. It was a good class. I just was very bad at it. But if you ask some of my friends, bro, oh my god, they are wizards at math. But I have to say that, triple integration, it's okay. Triples, doubles, they go hard. But you know what doesn't go hard? Drawing a bunch of graphs and vectors. And, if you're really into that stuff and visualizing a bunch of 3D graphs, then good on you. I'm not good at it whatsoever. Anyways, let's continue. Discrete mathematics, pain and coming. Mainly because there's no point. It's kind of basic. Use it for some statistics, probability. It's kind of like most math schools skip it. It's kind of not necessary. All right, my opinion is the only correct opinion. Okay, there are no other opinions that are correct. Moving on, because we don't want to talk about this anymore. Linear algebra. Linear algebra, this is the course I am starting as of now. Linear algebra is looking very bountiful and prosperous and has a lot of great assets, if you catch my drift. It has matrices, bunch of cool operations. I'm seeing these fancy derivatives, uses of the matrix, the different types of manipulations, the fanciness, the inverses, the transposes of matrices, all of that stuff for high-level math that you will need if you're going to be going into some sort of math field. This is pretty important. This might be next to algebra on peak math, but I haven't taken the class yet, so I can't judge. As of now, I'd put it A+ with 2 smiley faces. This is pretty top-tier math, if I say so myself. And then the special category, which I was absolutely never good at in my life. We got competitive mathematics, all right? Competitive mathematics, now that is another world of math, okay? This is something you don't learn in school. This is something you and your math-addicted friend go to after school to hang out and do. This is like nerd to the 2nd degree, nerd to the 3rd degree. Anyways, this is competitive math is a whole world in itself, and I think it's pretty interesting. I'm kind of more geometry-oriented in competitive math, and there's a lot of memorization, though. There is a lot of memorization, which is probably going to lower it a 1, but it's still really cool how you can solve problems in the fastest way possible, I'd say, because I'm all about that efficiency. I'm going in, going out, going clean with math. I'd say this has to be a solid A+ tier. And anyway, guys, that summarizes my tier list. I think this is the only valid tier list of math. So we got the algebra and peak math and those other categories summarized. But I think, yeah, only algebra deserves to be peak math. I mean, what, they founded it. The Egyptians were discovering it when they built the pyramids. Pythagoras working his juicy miracles, making those juicy formulas. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy math like I do. And next video is coming out soon, so adios.